Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Twilight Princess livestream playthrough. I haven't done a recording in like 5 days, so we'll see how things go. Usually I'm in better form when I'm taking some time away, although I will say that if I were to take like a month away from recording, which I would never do, I don't think, unless I was actually busy doing something that required me to take a month away from recording videos, I don't think under those circumstances I would do better. I think I'd probably be a bit out of it or something. I don't know. Anyway, I did forget to actually... let's see. Yes, I'm getting a little bit of low frequency hum. I was going to say that I forgot to turn off my hard drive enclosure. I will do that right now. For security reasons, I don't know if you'd call it security, but you need to hold down the on button for a while. The power button, how about that? The on button. Yes, very articulate of you, Doomlink. Anyway, I do have a beer today. I'm happy to see that I have viewers. Hello everyone. By everyone I mean all 2 of you. Which is, you know, better than 0, I must say. Anyway, one of them's probably me, but it doesn't matter. I like to have something of an audience. In terms of what we'll be doing in this recording, we will be making our way to the Master Sword. We are stuck in wolf form for the last time. We will not have to worry about being unable to become human again once we acquire the Master Sword. And I'm looking forward to that. Just trying to see if... yeah, everything seems fine with the live stream. I was also wanting to check my playback to make sure it was going smoothly. There's this weird thing that very occasionally happens, and it shouldn't have been an issue this time, but just in case I wanted to see. Very occasionally, when I switch back and forth between capture cards, it causes the live stream to actually shit itself. Like, not even switching back and forth while live, or, you know, anything crazy like that. This is, you know, in between live streams, but technically I didn't do that this time around. But I wanted to make sure, just in case. Where are my beers? Over here. Speaking of beer, tomorrow I think, and I will do a Monster Hunter recording for it, I will be trying a beer that I've always wanted to try but never expected to find in Australia. But I did actually find it, my local bottle shop, which is a lovely local bottle shop that gets very nice beer in. They got it in. It's called Echt Schlenkler. And it's, I say it slowly because it's hard to say Echt Schlenkler. I guess that's fine, Echt Schlenkler. Anyway, I'm not German, in case you were wondering. Yes, I wanted to say it slowly so I could enunciate it properly, but the fact that they've got it in, amazing. I never got a glass for it because I was never expecting to be able to get it. But I've actually got it in my local bottle shop, so I will be actually purchasing that tomorrow and having that for a Monster Hunter recording. I'll likely drink it out of my Westvleteren glass, I think. Because that, in my opinion, is probably the only appropriate glass for me to drink that beer out of that I own. Obviously, the best case scenario is to drink it out of a glass that is intended for the beer itself, but, you know, close enough. When I say intended for the beer, I almost mean, you know, just having the name of the beer printed on the glass. But anyway. So, as far as what we're doing in this recording, I didn't get a chance to say that, and speaking of which, not really speaking of which, what I meant was not getting a chance to do something. I didn't get a chance to, I don't know, use my brain or something. My GameCube controller is out of reach. I need to go and get it. Then I'm going to explain what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it. Oh dear. Trying to navigate the obstacle course, that which is my livestream setup. Letting my beers sit for now. And everything should be good visually and sonically. I do like to use the word auditorily because I think it should be a word, and I assert that it is one as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, but I have chosen not to say it today, although I did technically say it. What we are doing is... oh, I did say that we were making our way to the Master Sword. Yeah, there's not really much to explain other than that. We sadly cannot access the Golden Wolf that we have yet to interact with in Ordeals Woods for the reason that, or rather, Farron Woods. Ordeals Village is not the same as Farron Woods anyway. We will have to wait until we have acquired the Master Sword to be able to interact with that wolf, and the reason why I'm saying that is because we will be heading in that direction. We need to go to Farron Woods in order to reach the Master Sword, because it is an area adjacent to Farron Woods that contains the Master Sword. So that is indeed our current destination, effectively. It's good to be back in Twilight Princess, of course. Again, some people might think that I get sick of this game, and I don't. That is the reality. The head of my beer is still pretty profound. Of course, I wish the chroma key didn't take the colour out of the head of the beer, but the reality is that it's a brilliant white, and there's light shining on it, and it's just so intense that my chroma key cuts it out. So you'll have to forgive the graphical glitches that occur as a result of that fact. I do actually have a little guide up, not for anything other than one specific task that must be undertaken and completed to reach the Master Sword. And that is the little puzzle with the guardian statue things that jump back and forth. I worked it out once on camera, and that was enough. I think that was during my HD livestream playthrough, the HD version livestream playthrough. That was enough. I have no intention of detaining you all and forcing you to watch something that is, well, I guess you can skip through it, can't you? If you're watching live, you can't, but if you're watching the VOD, you can. But the point is, I don't really want to stay there working it out on my own. It's not the sort of puzzle that I enjoy, and quite frankly, I'd like to just be over and done with it as soon as possible. So that's how we're going to do it. I think we'll be passing the wolf, and maybe we won't have to pass the wolf. Now, I think the wolf is a little closer to Ordeals, come to think of it. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, I think he's over here. That's where he is. So we're not actually going to need to pass him. See, I thought that he was actually in this. Well, I suppose you'd say pool, or pond, whatever you want to say. But no, he's actually in this one. We'll go there later. Once we have acquired the Master Sword, that will be our first port of call. Once we are able to take human form. But yeah, I apologise for the fact that I haven't really been recording recently. Actually, I want to go this way. I apologise for the fact that I haven't been recording all that much this week. Look, I will always do at least 2 recordings per week. Ideally, I would do 4. I never really count. I never sit back and think, oh, how many recordings have I done this week? I've never actually thought of it in those terms. I've only explained that this time around to give you a tangible expectation based on an estimate of what I probably ordinarily do. But yeah, I don't really think of it that way. I've just been pretty busy. And I'm trying to do less recordings in the evening because I don't like the strictness of my chroma key settings and the fact that it cuts into my hands and, well, see, look at that. Ugh. I hate that. That's not a problem during the day because I've got natural lighting. But when I've got no natural lighting, you better believe it's a problem. Anyway, we have to do this again, I believe. I don't think this is unnecessary. I think because the poison fog is here, I have to continue jumping across as I did in the past. I've got another Poe here. That is annoying when you miss him there. It's kind of the standard difficulty when fighting those guys. You miss them with that attack and then they swing their scythe and you get caught in it. That is post hole number 2 as I understand it. This is, yes. Wasn't too sure if this is where I was supposed to go, but it is. In other words, I wasn't sure if I was going back the way I'd just been, or the way I'd come, whatever you want to say. Let's not be too impatient. Let's be a little more tactical than that. Alright. And I'm sort of almost reprimanding myself there. I was thinking of trying to get across there as quickly as possible, and then I thought, no. That's a bit dangerous. I don't know if we're actually going to take on the Arbiter's grounds today. We'll have to see how things play out. If it seems like I can comfortably get it done, then I'll do it. But I don't think that's a good idea, if you understand. I don't want to force myself into doing the whole dungeon and then not being in the mood to do it. By the way, you don't need to use this ability to kill them, I don't think. You do later on, as I understand it, but not here. I just did it this time because it's convenient. Did you save me? Thank you. Listen, since you're so nice, let me tell you something. There's a really pretty wooded area on the other side of this cliff. I climbed over there, but when I tried to get deeper into the woods, those guys attacked me. So what you're suggesting is that I should put myself in danger on your recommendation. That's not how you express appreciation. Oh, hold on, I don't want to talk to you, I want to get that hard. Stop that. Talking about how I smell now, huh? Go sniff somewhere else, you filthy monkey. I don't really have anything against the monkey, I just don't like monkeys. You know, it's not personal, but it is. I don't have a problem with you, I just have a problem with your entire species. That's the concern that I have here. So there's another section of forest beyond this cliff. Alright, Link, let's go. So in other words, while it's not personal, it is intensely personal. In actual fact. I'm gonna kill these flying creatures that I think are keys. I don't know if they... I guess they are. They just seem to have a different coloration to their wings or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the lighting of this area that they appear in that way? I'm not too sure. I was just told that I received an... Oh, there we go. Tron, for some reason the Twitch chat actually preempted your statement by drawing a line saying new message, but then your message took an extra, I don't know, 3 to 5 seconds to appear, which was a bit odd. I can presume, based on what you're saying, Tron, that I've started recording fairly late for you and now you feel obligated to stay up, which is not something worth apologizing for, but yeah, sorry. Alright. It is correct, it's just not quite accurate enough. Let's try that again. Whoops, well, I'll take it easy. Holy shit. That was a good hint, though. That should be... yeah, there you go. Listening to it is important. As long as you're listening to it, it's fine. You don't... It's confusing if you look at it visually. And I say that not to make sense of my own thought process, but rather to address the fact that it had been previously explained to me, I think by Tron, that people struggle with it and just, you know... whatever they do, mash up and down, or do that, basically. Well, it's not difficult. If you're maybe muting the game and going based on what it looks like, yeah, I guess that's problematic, but it's a mixture of what you're seeing and what you're hearing that allows you to repeat the process. You just started watching a movie, well, I'm not forcing you to stay here, but if you feel obligated to stay, then I guess I am forcing you in an indirect way. Alright. As I've previously mentioned, I'm not impressed that I have to do this twice. That's one of the only problems that I have with this song system. The idea of it, I guess, is fine, but the fact that I have to play it a second time, only to sit through an unskippable cutscene as demonstrated by the on-screen skip button saying that you can't skip. Yeah, I don't like that. Let teachings of old pass to you, takes in, and he always says the same thing. I understand that he jumps to different places each time, but the point is that you can skip to that part. Just skip to where he says the same thing. I don't want to watch the cutscene where they're howling to each other. It's weird. It's fine. Well, that in and of itself is not weird. Just having to watch it every time is weird. I don't really care about it. It's, I guess, interesting maybe once or twice, but I think there are like 8 hidden sword skills, so you tell me if that's appropriate to force the player to watch that every time. So here we are in the Forbidden Woods. We will be chasing a skull kid around the place. In this area, we will be returning to this place in the future to take on a dungeon. My memories were not clear, and so I thought that we were actually doing the dungeon now. That was not something that I thought today, it was something that I thought last time I was recording, and I had confused myself, but only briefly. I'm not saying that I had continued on that assumption for an extended period of time, and then suddenly had this epiphany, and then, you know, I'd been talking bullshit for several hours up until that point. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. It was something that I thought very briefly, and then I was like, oh, that's right. Actually, we go to that dungeon later. So, there you go. No, I'm definitely not a dog hater, although I do have some dogs next door that I am not so fond of. Alright. You should know how this song goes by now. I usually get that one first try, although I could have done that one a little better, I will admit. It was good enough for it to work though, so I guess, even though I could have done it a little better, it wouldn't have made any difference. You either play the song successfully or you don't. It's not a fucking minigame where it's like, oh, you get an A+ for that particular attempt. I'm glad they don't do that. These beers are actually not that cold. They mustn't have been in the refrigerated section for all that long. It's not the end of the world because good beer doesn't need to be ice cold, you know. And it's usually not ice cold, like actually well and truly chilled when I drink it. It usually has a chance to warm up slightly. But, oh yes, they're going to continue attacking me no matter what. But you know, this is slightly, I don't know. It's slightly above cool. Like, room temperature if it had been stored in a cool, dark place. It's slightly above that, which is not quite... I mean, it's fine. I don't care, but... What do you mean, what is that? You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that. See these butterflies here? Not related to the golden bugs, which is very confusing. So we want to attack the Skull Kid here, and he's going to relocate. I don't remember how many times he relocates, but we have to chase after him each time he does. I believe he went this way. Of course it is Tron. It's not fucking, you know, passion fruit juice. It's called beer. The beer itself is... Oh. Well, what's this about? This hasn't happened for quite some time. I can only assume it's a rare occurrence. I can only hope. Yeah, one moment please, indeed. What's going on with that? Well, deactivate and reactivate then. It's annoying, but hopefully it's no signal. Well, get a signal then. You know what I mean? Get a bloody signal. I haven't touched anything. This is what happens when you have a slightly unreliable capture card. Technical difficulties, stand by. Aha. USB issues. Alright, brief intermission, ladies and gentlemen. I need to fix the old, capture card, which can be done. I just need maybe, I don't know, a minute and a half or something. Return of the signal. That should be fine now. It should work. Although what I will... maybe I probably don't need to... No, I don't need to put any delays on. Because the delays only relate to my webcam and my vocal audio. So that'll be fine. What am I doing? Properties, activate. Come on, baby. You know what to do. Don't be shy. Alright. Everything should be under control. We just need to hope and pray that it doesn't happen again. You have to understand that this is live. If that sort of shit happens, I can't just be like, I'll just cut until it's fixed. No. You have to sit here and wait for me to fucking fix it. That's the point. Anyway, we're just really going to cross our fingers and hope that doesn't happen again. Basically, there are two conditions that my capture card will connect to my PC in. Condition 1 is failure, which will give me a message pop up on my PC saying, the last USB device that you connected was not recognized. Under those circumstances, I cannot successfully record anything that the capture card is sending to my PC. It's enough to actually establish a... maybe it's like power. Maybe the USB actually powers the capture card, so it can actually still send images to my TV. However, it can't actually be recorded. The second state that it's in is, you know, essentially fully working. I don't know why I've had to explain it in such a cryptic way, but anyway, I think we want to go in this direction, because going in the other direction did not help me at all. Very occasionally, I am a little confused by the Skull Kid. I'm actually really confused now. Where is the little fucker? Maybe he's over here. I don't recall him being over here. Is he really over here? He must be. He can't be anywhere else. Yeah, there he is. I have no recollection of that. Blow your fucking horn in my face. But yeah, the last time I tried to record the PlayStation 2, I was getting that the whole time. And that may very well be the case that that was just really bad luck that day. Maybe that was not because the PS2 is less reliable to record than the GameCube, for instance. It's just, every time I've had significant issues with my capture card, it has been with the PlayStation 2, so I've deemed that the issue, not that it's entirely the PlayStation 2 to be blamed here, but, you know, my capture card being a little fragile seems to be unable to deal with the PlayStation 2. And that's what I had decided anyway. What the fuck is going on? I swear that I could go over there. Apparently not. Apparently not. Let's go over here then. Oh, hello. Like, I'm truly fucking confused. So, I think how we get up there is by continuing in this direction. I don't know if you saw the Skull Kid up on that ledge, but we need to make our way over there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he definitely fucked with the entrances. That's what he did. He forced me to get to this area via a different route to what I'd used before, which confused the hell out of me. So I think this is the last part, yeah. When we attack him here, that will be the end of the process. He stamps his feet so aggressively that it shakes the whole area, despite the fact that he is so small. To achieve that sort of, I don't know, terrestrial impact, in my opinion, he must have almost snapped his fucking ankles at this point. Couldn't really speak there. Terrestrial. Enunciate, doodling. So the key is to attack him when he's blowing his horn. That's the reason why we attack the enemies here. We did not need to attack these enemies up until this point for the reason that they were just spawning endlessly, but in this situation, the Skull Kid is actually going to change locations before we can hit him. Unless we catch him blowing his horn. And we're about to do that now, I think. Damn it. Missed my opportunity. See? He actually blows his horn to summon more without all of them being killed. He's about to do it. And you see, by summoning more of them, they draw our target. Draw our fire, I guess you could say. Fucker. He's really playing with me now. I know, Midna, I understand what I need to do. I'm just having a little trouble achieving it. No matter how many times you defeat these things, they keep coming back. Yes, yes. I'm trying to beat them all at once. That really is much. Fuck right off. Not partially, I mean fuck right off. Yeah, come on. I swear to you. Swear on my life I'll fucking end you. See, he's actually managed to put himself on a ledge that I can't just jump onto. I can't just jump onto that ledge. Yes, I know he's blowing his fucking... Oh, he's been nice today. He's been nice. And I suppose this is the last part of the process. If you need to repeat something in a Zelda game, it's usually 3 times. You gonna summon? Yes, you will. Take that, bastard. And he goes and flies into space or something. Maybe he's just an alien paying us a visit, and we scared him off. Alright. With that, we have made it to the minigame that I was talking about. We need to now howl Zelda's Lullaby to not necessarily open the way, I guess, to start opening the way. Oh dear. Okay, you don't have to do the whole thing. Nobody here, including myself, requires you to howl the whole fucking song. We've all heard it. I've got things to do, such as this crap. You can call it a puzzle or a minigame, I don't care what you want to call it. I have a cheat, a guide, so that I can do it quickly without having to worry about it. Alright, so left, down. Yeah, I'm a fucking cheater. How about it? Right twice. Up. Left. Up twice. Then left. Then down twice. See, who has the time for this shit? I fucking don't. And then it should be right, then up. Yes, indeed. Oh, well, too bad, Tron. You weren't hanging around. You were off doing something else when I was doing it legitimately in the past, so... if you're really, really in need of watching me do it legitimately, you can go back and watch the older videos. Otherwise, that's just something you're going to have to live with. Go now to the sacred place, beast. Why does everyone call me a beast? I'm a lovely dark wolf. We yield passage to the sacred grove. Wolflink has a lot of fangirls, I'll have you know. He's not some beast. He's a rather lovable, furry creature. Alright. See, check. Not draw, but check, because wolves cannot draw swords out of pedestals. As we all know. Indeed, simply by being in the presence of the sword. We will have the dark magic that is affecting us expelled from our bodies. And then Link, off camera... okay, maybe not off camera. It looked like he was going to do it off camera, okay? Draws the sword. The hero of time has made his appearance. The sword accepted you as its master. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our halfway point, as I understand it. Now that we've acquired the Master Sword, we'll be moving on to the next task at hand, which relates to the Mirror of Twilight. This thing is the embodiment of the evil magic that Xand cast on you. It's definitely different from our tribe's shadow magic. Careful, if you touch it, you'll turn back into a beast. This thing is too dangerous. It's probably for the best if we just leave it here, huh? But on the other hand, if we kept it, you'd be able to transform into a beast anytime you wanted. Yes, since Xand was kind enough to give this to us, we should be thankful and use it all we can. Good thinking, Midna. If you need it, just call me. I want to keep a low profile, so I'll hide in your shadow when you're human. But I can change you whenever. You can be a wolf anytime you like. Also, thanks to this, you can warp whenever you want by switching into wolf form. Hey, but listen, Link, I've got a little favour to ask. Would you mind coming with me to find something called the Mirror of Twilight? It's hidden somewhere in Hyrule. Yes, the Mirror of Twilight, our last potential link to Xand. Well, he's probably not the hero of time, but what the fuck is he then? The hero of Twilight? I don't know. The hero of wolves? Champion of the furry kingdom? I don't fucking know. Link is literally what furries want to be, you must understand. This guy doesn't need to get in his fucking fursuit and, you know, dance around at conventions. He can fucking literally turn into a wolf. So, there you go. Good on him. He's probably the genesis of the whole fucking thing. Young kids saw it and were like, holy shit. This guy's living the dream. Oh, hold on. We need to get this. I apologise for that background noise if you can hear it. It was my expectation that recording at this time of night would really be a way to avoid any real background noise, but apparently that is what one would call wishful thinking. Haha, Doomlink. Guess again. I swear to the gods above, I will exact vengeance upon all who ruin my fucking recordings on a consistent basis. Fucking stop! For Christ's sake! Ugh. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I think we can also, well, no, it's not the point of the matter that I've been, that has hitherto been mentioned, but rather, I will be moving on to a new topic, which is that I can, oh, this is a Poe, hello, I wasn't sure what it was, but this is fine, transforming into a wolf at will. This is what the second half of the game is like. I hate having to play as Wolf Link. Well, now you've got a choice. You can go back and forth at your leisure. Although I don't think there's a reason for us to stick around here, so I think we're going to go and warp out. Unless, actually, we should have a warp point in this general area. Yes, we've got a few warp points in fact. Let us warp to that wolf that I was talking about. You can't hear anything because... I don't even know how to describe it, Tron, but the fact that you can't hear anything really is not a testament to the fact that it is inaudible, but rather that you personally cannot hear it. And that really is all there is to it. Okay. Wait. I think he's... That's right. Every time I come here, I miss him. There he is. He's not where you're expecting to see him. Does he... Can you speak to him? With sword in hand, return to me. Yeah. My sword isn't... My sword's not in my hand. My sword's not in my hand. Look, it's on my back. It's on my back. You lied. You said sword in... Oh, now my sword's in my hand. So basically you threaten me with violence so that I take sword in hand. That's not really appropriate behaviour. Okay, we meet again. It appears your efforts have begun to return some vigour to Hyrule, but it is far too early to relax. Do you feel ready to earn your... If I could read that, it'd be great. Do you feel ready to earn another hidden skill to steel yourself for the forthcoming battles against more powerful foes? I do. Very well. But before we begin, I must test you to ensure you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the shield attack. Now then, come at me. What is it? It's this business. That's what it is. He looked like he took a pretty heavy hit there. Excellent. I don't have brain damage because I don't have a brain to damage. It appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well, my third hidden skill is the backslice. Let it be hewn into your mind. Again, it would have been nice to have this for the Lakebed Temple, although it wasn't required. I didn't have a harder time beating the dungeon on account of not having learnt the backslash, as it's called, but it still would have been nice. And it was technically possible for me to get it. I had just forgotten about this wolf, and by the time I remembered to go and see this golden wolf, I was unable to. Well, technically not unable to. I think I remembered while I was in the Lakebed Temple. Or maybe not, I don't know when I remember, but the point of the matter is that by the time I remembered I couldn't go and see the guy, so there you go. A mere shield attack is no match for an enemy protected not just by a shield, but by a thick, full-body coat of armor. It's a strange way to explain that. You could just say a suit of armor, that would be one way to summarize it. You could even just say full armor. I don't care how old you are, full armor I mean full. What does full mean? Okay, well, armor is worn, so full would imply that it is all of one's body that is armored. You know, instead you're going to explain it in that very, I guess, long, protracted and drawn out and awkward way. Anyway, such enemies are often focused on guarding against frequent frontal attacks. They often leave their rear unprotected. I always leave my rear unprotected. It's an open invitation to all who wish to accept it. That is when you L target and press A while tilting that to jump and roll around your foe, then perform a jumping slice. It's just wrong watching him do that. This is the back slice. He's far too nimble for an armoured skeleton. Take that. Why are you charging a spin attack? I didn't even hold the B button. And Link was like, well, I'm going to charge a spin attack in the cutscene. As you wish. You carry yourself well, but do not forget the proper timing for swinging your sword while you jump. The third hidden skill, the back slice, has been passed on. See, I'm perfectly happy for him to do this in scenes such as this. Not during the ordinary gameplay, not when I'm trying to put my weapon away. Because, you know, he puts the shield away and then he does this fancy thing with his hand. That is not actually achieving what I'm looking to achieve. That's very cinematic and very pretty, but it's not what I want. You can do it here, but don't do it elsewhere. You learned the third hidden skill, the back slice. Circle around heavily armoured enemies to strike their unguarded rears. So it's basically surprise butt sex, the hidden skill. There are still 4 hidden skills for you to learn. Do not neglect your daily sword training between now and the time you come to learn the next skill. May we meet again. Yes. And we shall meet again. I seem to recall that there is another one of you. Somewhere. I recall, yet I recall nothing. Okay, there you are. This one always... That's right, the way you access this one is by taking the southern exit of Hyrule Castle Town. And that is what we shall do. We do need to make our way to... Wait, did I get that fucking golden bug? I do believe I did. If I didn't, then that's... Yeah, I did. Okay. I must have been terribly distracted by something else, because I did it entirely subconsciously. Now, we can actually call Epona. Let's do that now. There's some horse-calling grass over here. We sadly do not have the item that allows you to do it, because you get it towards the end of the frickin' game. I think you get it before going to the sky, and needless to say, when you're in the sky and call Epona, she's not going to come. I don't know how she could come. I'd be very concerned if she were able to achieve that. If she were a Pegasus, then fair enough, but she's not. And quite frankly, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't be a furry and a brony at the same time. You have to, well, actually, come to think of it, that's fairly common. Anyway. She can get in the canon, that's true. That is absolutely true. Alright. Now, I would actually like to get another bomb bag, because I don't want to only have water bombs. I've just suddenly decided that that's not good enough. That is actually insufficient. So I will go to not Henna's fishing hole, but the other place. You know, you've got that guy's fucking fantastication place, and then the creepy pot-bellied person who, well, they've actually both got big stomachs, but the point is that, you know, the transvestites in Lake Hylia, in the same way that they both are kind of a pair, Henna and the Afro girl are also a pair of some description. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't mean romantically. I mean in the fact that they have businesses that are close to one another. And all of that good stuff. Anyway, maybe it would be better to warp. What am I doing with opponents? Seriously, I have warping function. Or the capability of warping. So I think I'd better go do that. Am I able to reach that? How do I even get over there? Is it worth shooting a bomb arrow over there? I can see that I can't get through that. In that case, I will ignore it for now. Let's go and see wherever the hell. Yes. No. I don't actually have the warp point, but this is fine. We will get the warp point. There is a warp point that I actually do sometimes forget to acquire, unlock. I guess unlock would be the appropriate way to explain it. But yeah, like I've actually gone pretty far into the game without unlocking it because it's in a weird place. It's not where you'd expect it to be. I, in previous recordings, had forgotten that it even existed, therefore I didn't even think to get it. So now that I remember that it is something that can be unlocked, I will go and unlock it. But at the very least, in my HD version livestream playthrough, I didn't have it unlocked for a while. And if I did have it unlocked earlier on, it was purely a fluke. It was in one of the two previous recordings where I didn't have it unlocked for a while, not having happened upon it, and not having remembered that it was there. So, this time, we're going to get it. I think it's over here. Or it's somewhere. I'm right about that at least. It's definitely somewhere. Thank you, Doomley. It's probably over there or something, I don't know. It's off the beaten path. I don't think you need to beat your way through the locale in order for a path to be opened up to you, but the point is that it's not where you're going to normally walk. That's what I'm trying to say. 600 rupees is our current maximum, so I'd better not go and turn in that golden bug that we currently have. Otherwise, it's not going to be... Well, it would be a waste. We would not be able to carry it in its entirety. Whoops, didn't mean to go that way. Let's go this way. I'll fucking find it, I swear to you. Yeah, you get a new cutscene every single time you acquire a rupee beyond a green rupee in a new instance of the game. Each time you load up, they do it. It's very annoying, actually. I actually fucking picked it up. I can't believe that I did. Now, I remember watching somewhat recently, I think it was my Japanese playthrough. I tried for ages to fucking claw shot that thing, and I failed entirely. Twice? Come on, man. You fucker. You absolute fucker. Look, twice I fucking did it. Twice, man. You absolute waste of my time. You literally put the claw shot away instead of picking up the fucking insect. Get it? Fucking female dragonfly. Who the hell? Anyway, that was... I was going to say, who the hell has the patience? That worked rather well. I was happy with that. Now, if I... Okay. I don't know where this portal is. I know it's around here somewhere. Unless it was only added in the HD version or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. It could be the case that it was a warp point that was added in the HD version. Might not have been in the original. I don't know. That would explain why I don't have a memory of it, or at least didn't have a memory of it prior to playing the HD version. I'm transforming into a wolf because he's better in the water, if you can imagine that. Alright, please. If there's no warp point, well, you know. I can assume that if there's no warp point there, then there is not a warp point, and if there is not a warp point, then it means it's only in the HD version. It was also in the Wii? Where the fuck is it? Must be here. I mean, there aren't so many places for me to go. Might not be in the GameCube version. Have I howled at this stone? Yes. This is fucked. It's clearly not here in this version. Well, as you do, I know I can confirm categorically that it exists in at least one version of the game that I have previously played, but clearly not this one. Hello, Master Sword 97. You got the Pose Soul. Yes, I did. I sure did. Alrighty. So let's go and do that minigame with Afro Lady. I think Afro Lady is willing to do the minigame now. Oh. Oh, I thought she had disappeared because it was nighttime. Oh, Christ. I suppose she would see me, wouldn't she? What the hell's she gonna do about it? Freak out, I suppose. Alright, what do you have to say? Oh, customer, sorry, but we're temporarily closed. I hate you. I hate you well and truly. I didn't mean to talk to you. Now scram and you do this? That's not how you actually get customers, my dear. Oh, maybe it's only at night time. Must only be at night time, but why? I don't understand. Maybe it is only after you talk. Oh, that must be what it is. And then maybe she... I don't know. That must be what it is, yeah. Oh, you're forced... Maybe you're forced to do it as... This might be one that you're forced to do as Human Link. Well, there you go. Oh, come on, why'd you fucking miss him? Obviously I knew what needs to be done. And I made attempts to achieve that. But those attempts were insufficient. You missed him again! For the love of God. Alright, come on. No. If it's one thing, you know what I mean. Yeah, okay, good on you. It's one of those fucking days. Come on. If it's not one thing, it's the other thing. In other words, if it's not me missing 2 when I'm trying to hit 2, it's me killing 2 when I'm trying to hit 1. Anyway. At least the warp point's here. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Whoa, that scared me. Who are you? How can you keep your cool fighting monsters like that? Wow, wow, what a champ you are. Well, what are we standing around jawing for? Come on inside. See, I'd forgotten that we needed to do that in order to get this started. That's kind of interesting. Golly, talk about scary, I thought I was done for. Things have been getting pretty crazy around here, let me tell you. So thanks for earlier. My name's Isa. I rent boats here. Well, I used to rent boats here, but then we had a rock fall and it dammed the river up. Yeah, I could sure use a helpful guy around at times like this. Yup, a handy guy would sure be a big help around here. I'll help. Really? She screams in my face. You're a lifesaver. Well, do you think you could do something about that rock? I'll give you some bombs and arrows, so you just put them together and shoot bomb arrows at that thing. Are you truly incapable of doing that yourself? Although she does have sticks for arms. So, I don't know. Suppose it's a bit challenging or something. Oh, she's given me bombs. See this bomb bag that she's given me? We get to keep it after we do this. That's the reason why I'm here. It's mighty convenient. Oh, don't say that, Tron. You did it. Well, my gal tells me there are still some rocks. My gal. blocking the way along the river. So you should take care of those two. I mean, you could say my colleague or my friend, but you say my gal, which is a bit abstract. Here's the boat, hop in. Here is the boat. Now, it's a teensy bit dangerous downriver of here, so don't leave the boat, okay? No, I'm just gonna fucking get out and swim because I feel like it. Oh, the water's mighty cool and clear and inviting. I'm just gonna get out of the fucking boat and die. One of our part-timers is waiting down there, so you can get the details from her. And when you're done, you can keep that bomb bag and everything in it as a token of my appreciation. So, be seeing ya. Yeah, right. Might get some rupees while I'm here. This is fun, though. This is, again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's more fun than anything in Breath of the Wild, that's for sure. I will never forget the time when I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I did the snowboarding thing for the first time. It was the most anticlimactic and disappointing thing I had really ever dealt with in a Zelda game. I was expecting at least something on par with the snowboarding of Twilight Princess, and it wasn't even as good as that. So, you know, this really is better, okay? Just thought I'd let you all know that Breath of the Wild was worse in that regard. And you know, that's the one thing you'd expect Breath of the Wild to do better, and no. That's a big fucking no. I don't really need to go and get those rupees. I do realise that I'm missing a few of them. But I just don't really care. But yeah, this is just a bit of fun. Rowing my way around. But yeah, you have less control than you might think. I mean, you can clearly see that my level of control is lacking. But you might assume that that has to do with the lack of skill. Which wouldn't be an unfair assumption. But it's not true. Ah. You've come at the request of the shop owner, haven't you? You've just been fucking swimming here, doing nothing, seemingly. Well, I'm in her employ, part-time for now. I'm sorry we've troubled you so. What were you doing here? You've been employed to just swim until some random guy, who may or may not show up, shows up, and then you tell him this. These rocks are blocking the natural flow of the river. All you need to do is use your bomb arrows to destroy the blockage. Will do. Need 2 of them. What happens if I aim a bomb arrow at her? I don't want to know. Ah, and the water has already begun to flow. That is how water works. You open a way and it'll all fucking flow. That's kind of how water is designed. Then I shall guide you to the mouth of the river. Follow me. The water's already flowing. I mean, what, are you expecting it to just wait a little while? Or the water needs to first work out that there's a way to go, you know? It needs to think about it, and then it'll go. Oh, come on. Okay. No, stop it. The controls are inverted, if you're wondering. At least I think they are. I don't know what the fuck's going on, to be completely honest. I'm missing all of the oh, I was about to say I'm missing all of the blue rupees, and then I immediately get one after having said that. I will pour my next beer after this. Where is she keeping these rupees? She doesn't have a bag. Does holding forward give... Oh, holding forward actually allows me to go faster. Who would have thought, right? Who would have fucking thought? Now I have a little bit more control, because I'm holding forward. With this momentum, strangely, things are a little easier. Yeah, it is a woman's secret. There are only so many orifices that a woman can keep rupees. Although Zora women are something of a mystery to me. Alright. With that, we get a bomb back. Guess we had to wait for the Zora to come and say hello. She is luminescing. Good job out there. She's this incandescent fucking fish. You have truly done us a great service. Now the shop can finally reopen. When we were closed, my boss's temper only got worse and worse. It was a rough time for us all. Oh, and another thing. I don't suppose she promised you anything special for doing this, did she? Just that bomb bag, right? Yes, she tends to bribe people with whatever's lying about. So stingy, really. It's alright. I'll let her know you kept it when I get back. There you go, you got a bag with bombs. That's what I was here for. There's another bomb bag somewhere, and I don't remember where. I think it's... maybe it's from one of the mini-games in Hyrule Castle Town. That sounds about right, although I think that might just be the quiver. I don't know if you can get a bomb bag and a quiver from there. But beer number 2 is soon to come. And by soon, I mean now. Oh dear. Yeah, that was good. Oh, come on, just open the bloody thing. Thank you. I don't ask for much. Or at least I didn't think so. I'll try pouring it all the way over here. It's a bit awkward, but you can listen to it a bit anyway. At least the chroma key won't cut into it as much. That's the point. The reason why it cuts into it more when it's close to the camera is due to the light position. No, it still cuts into it. I mean, fucking hell. Cannot please the chroma key. Couldn't possibly. It's particularly hard to please it, given that it is not sentient. And that would be the primary issue. Alright. With that, there's us. Well, is there anything we can do? Oh, hello. What's going on with you? Oh, a human. I'm Plum. I've seen you. Are you the one? No, you're not the one. So I was correct about there being a bird called Plum, but clearly the Afro bird in Farron Woods is not Plum, because this is Plum. I don't know what that Afro bird's called, but it's just received a temporary name, which is Afro bird. But I don't need to talk to humans. How about you establish some tact? Seriously. Hello, oh, now you want to talk. Hello, 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 I don't know, was that 4 or 5 hellos? I'm really excited about the latest attraction down here at the lake. Want to hear about it? Sure. The attraction is all about popping balloons as you move toward the goal. It's stupendous. The balloons are worth different amounts of points. Watermelon 1, orange 3, strawberry 10. Oh, and if you break the same type of balloon twice in a row, you get double the points, but only up to 10 times. Oh, that's just rude. If you hit a wall and fall off, then you get no points. That's right, 0 points for you. Press B to start over from the beginning. You know you get something neat if you get over 10,000 points, right? Not that you ever will. Challenge accepted. Well, the game starts as soon as you fly into the air. Yeah. What? Fly into the air? Oh, it's this thing. It's the... Well, I will do so. I'm happy to do it, but I've got a Poe to take care of, if you wouldn't mind. Hello. Don't do that. If you could do a thing called die, then that'd be mighty helpful. You got the Poe's soul. I sure did. What is that, number 4? Number 5. Very nice. Alright, let's go and howl at that grass. And do the minigame. Where's Plum? Where the fuck did you go, you stupid bird? There you are. Very good. Hopefully I haven't missed my opportunity to do the minigame. In other words, I'd probably have to talk to Plum again. Hopefully not. Otherwise that would be an incredible waste of time, wouldn't it? It's like a fucking siren, shut up. Nobody needs to hear that. Especially not me. Great idea, but maybe not. I mean, it was a good idea, but you have to have better songs than that. Not this. It's miserable. Alright. Now I'm hoping that I'm about to do the minigame, and that I'm not just going to fly through here and achieve nothing in doing so. We're going to find out. The key is not to hit any walls. Oh, here we go, here we go. Very good. Are we inverted? We are indeed inverted. Now, there is always a balance to these things. What we could probably aim to do... Oh, I didn't hit a wall technically, apparently. So let's not do that. What I was suggesting could be a good plan is to try to hit the same thing repeatedly. Like only pumpkins, for example, and get like a really good score. I don't know, I'd say that'd be one of the best ways to get a good score. Just getting everything mindlessly is probably not a great idea. Strawberry. And another strawberry. What I would imagine is that by aiming for strawberries, you put yourself at the greatest risk. I'm gonna try and get only pumpkins now, I think. I'm supposed to get a lot of points, you know. As you can see, it keeps doubling it. It doubles my previous score. So that's how we're gonna fucking do it, ladies and gentlemen. Forget these watermelons. Who's got time for the watermelons? At this stage, we want to be avoiding the fucking things. Which is going to become a little challenging. Alright, very good. And then there's another one over here. What's the score that gives me something special again? Some more pumpkins over here. I have no real reason to dash, you know. Dashing would be of no assistance whatsoever. Here we go, there's a fucking straw. I missed the straw. Are you kidding me? I thought I was going to smash into the wall. 50,000? No, it's not 50,000. You're going to be joking. We'll have to try and get only pumpkins the whole time. That's definitely the best way to do it. What did I get? Anything decent? I think it's 13,000. What? No way. 12,348 points? You got more than... Oh, it's more than 10,000. Wow. Here, take this. But don't think I'm giving you this because I like you or anything. Fucking tsundere bird. You got a piece of heart. Collect 2 more for another full heart container. Very good. So you're completely hooked now, aren't you? No. Ah, I see. Sorry, bird. But I've got what I needed. But yeah, if you wanted to do it again, you could. And I don't. Henna's fishing hole. Let's go. Or we could go and do this. I mean, it's fucking minigame time, you know. I suppose what we would do is we would go to Henna's fishing hole first, and we're not actually going to do the minigame. Well, it's not. I don't know if you could call it a minigame. We're not actually going to get in the boat and go fishing and all this business. We just want to go there and do our own fishing. We're going to be fishing out garbage. We're on a humanitarian mission, or rather than humanitarian, we're on an environmental mission. We could say that it's humanitarian because technically it's for the betterment of the human race that we look after our environment. However, it is more of an environmental mission. And the environmental mission is to rid this place of disgusting native creatures such as ducks. No, okay, let's scratch that. We are going to fish out some garbage. Now, usually it'll only take 2 or 3 attempts to actually get the bottle. There's a bottle in here. Interestingly enough. I didn't realize that bottles could bite, but they can. Fish on. Like, literally says fish on? Oh, it is a fish. Okay. I did indeed catch a green gill, you're correct about that. So, I guess technically, it was fish on. fish on. That's the funniest looking fish I've ever seen. I've never quite seen a fish that looked like that. Now, there are some strange fish in the world, but none that look like that, I can assure you. And when I say look like that, I mean literally take on that appearance. Some fucking person's gonna find this obscure, deep sea fish that looks kinda similar to that. I mean literally a bottle, okay? I'm not debating the strange appearances of fish with you. What I'm saying is that there is no fish that looks exactly like that. You caught an empty bottle. Not only can you use this, but it'll clean up the waterway in the process. 2 birds, 1 stone. For what reason, Tron, do you scream in the chat, fish on his dick? The level of conversation with you is so low. It's actually shocking. Like, I mean, I appreciate your presence, but my god. Sometimes it's like, what are you typing? Anyway. Upper Zora's River. I'm sure Henna would... You know, having said that, I was going to say, I'm sure Henna wouldn't appreciate the fact that I just turn up to her area, get something for myself, then leave without even, you know, giving her my business. But I am cleaning up her fishing hole, which really should be a responsibility that falls to her. But fine. Where's the other wallet again? I'm doing a lot of side things at the moment. I don't want to say side quests, but let's say... Oh, hello. Yes, I thought I was going to have to talk to you, but as soon as I enter, she's pouncing on me. Thanks to you, we're back in business. Well, we can't offer much, but just make yourself at home. No, I don't intend to live here. I intend to actually engage in what you have to offer as a service, which is seemingly an entertaining little game. And, of course, if you want a boat ride, just let me know. I'd be happy to rent you one. Well, that would be a little too creative for me, Tron. What am I doing here? Rent me a boat. Yeah, rent me one. Yeah, I'm all set. I'm here for the cute Zora girl, not for you. Or for any other real reason. I have a Zora fetish and I'm here to... Oh, hold on, let's not do anything too crazy. I'm holding forwards because I've... Oh, hold on. This is great, actually. Alright, no, don't do that. Now, we want to start shooting at these things from as far back as possible. For that reason. Because the sooner we destroy it, the sooner we can get back to actual... Oh, you see, as soon... Oh, that's how that works. If you make contact with anything, you lose a point. Which is bad, as you can imagine. Shooting that first, that is the priority. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that I'm right in saying that if I give myself some forward momentum, it helps in avoiding smashing into things. So I'm going to hold forward here, which is working in my favor, actually. See, what's the fucking point? I'm not going to be overzealous. I'm going to focus on not hitting things. It's a very fine balance between acquiring points and also conserving points. It's not all that easy. Oh, fuck off! That is entirely rude. That is unseemly. What? I'm about to lose all my points because this it is out of control. This entire thing is out of control. I mean, I want a refund. After that, I'm going to demand a refund. I'm fucking irate. I can't believe what I just saw. That was fucking inappropriate. Now, don't you dare make contact with that, you fuck. I would rather you make contact with that, but I suppose you don't have to do that either. Fuck. I don't know what the good points are here, I've got no idea. Turn. Fuck! It's harder than it looks, really, I have to tell you. Again, it's about conserving points here, doing my best. 13. I'm gonna guess that it's 15 that we need to have to get a piece of art. If it's 10, then great. But, yeah. I do still want a refund. I'm gonna ask the pretty Zora girl. Because if I, well, you know, having said that, I'm not gonna threaten her. Alright, come on. How much better do I have to do? Thanks for your patronage. That's not a good start. How did I do? On this trip downriver, you scored 13 points destroying targets. Oh, that's not too bad. If you... at least 25. No. No, I'm not... I'm not getting 25 fucking points. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of labour. You're really going to swim up that thing. I don't know if that's... malpractice to force you to do that, but... look at that. That's some impressive shit. I don't care how strong of a swimmer you are, that's... I mean, you would have to probably be 5 times stronger than a human to swim up that, and more than that. What I really meant to say was that even being 5 times stronger than a human would not be enough to swim up that. This is assuming that you've got flippers on. In other words, you know, you've got the same underwater movement capabilities as a Zora, at least in terms of the feet, but anyway, the point of the matter is that that's quite ridiculous. Alright. I will not be doing that. That's ridiculous. I was happy to give it a try. But to understand that I'm supposed to fucking get 25 points, I was pretty impressed with my 13, but 25? No. That's 10 more than I was expecting that I would need to get. And I'm not impressed with that. I will definitely be sticking to reaching the Arbiter's grounds and then stopping there. I'm not going to do more than that. So, that's the way we will do it. And it'll probably be a 2-hour-long recording as well. I'd be doing longer recordings, it's just that in the evenings I'm not really up to it. Anyway. What do we want to do now? I should have a look and see where to get the other wallet. I'm not expecting to be able to get the wallet now, but I'd like to know. Upgrades, here we go. I'm on the tried and true, well, tried and failed more like. Zelda Dungeon, Agatha's Castle. I see. You can only hold 1,000 rupees when you give Agatha all of the golden bugs. Well, yeah, that's right. The Colossal Wallet exists in the HD version, but you only get it when you have the Wolf-Link amiibo. Now, I remember when there was a version of Twilight Princess HD in stores with the Wolf-Link amiibo, and I looked at it and I went, no. And I promptly continued on with my day and my life. I didn't think about it again. I don't have an interest in the amiibos, but, you know, that wallet's kind of nice. I won't deny it. It allows you to hold 9,999 rupees, but I don't know. You still have to work for it. It's in the Cave of Ordeals. Except it is a version of it that can only be completed in wolf form. Apparently. Anyway. You were expecting me to rage. Well, I wasn't... You know, I've got myself under control, at least enough not to rage upon hearing that. But yeah, as I said, I wasn't expecting to be able to get it now. I'm just interested to see what's needed. But that's ridiculous. I mean, I couldn't be bothered doing that. Not in a series like this. Not when every time I sit down to record it, I just want to enjoy myself and relax. I don't have time to go and pick up all the bloody golden bugs. That is ridiculous. Okay, so what should we do then? Pick up some heart pieces, I guess? In the meantime, I think what we're going to do is make our way to Hyrule Castle. And we will take the southern exit and say hello to the wolf. And then once we've done that, we'll go and initiate the, I don't know, the next part of the story, next quest objective. And yeah. Oh yeah, the guy who can identify my wolf form as me, the only one who can really do it that is human, by the way. I've come to deliver a letter. It is a letter from Telma. I'm literally making my way to her right now. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail. He reminds me of a co-worker of mine. Quite honestly. I have a co-worker who makes noises like that. He's a very funny man. Link, there are some folks I want to meet. So come to my bar right away. These guys will be powerful allies for you. You heard me. Come by. I'll be... Take it easy. She's turned what really was a polite request into a demand. You heard me, come by. I mean, no. I feel far less inclined to oblige you after you phrase it in that way. Quite frankly, I'm insulted and I am of the mind to send you a reply. A very wordy reply. Possibly complete with a small sausage of fecal matter enclosed within. Just to further state my point. And whether it is deemed to be totally animalistic or not, it is what you deserve. Anyway. Now I'm reminded of we had a prime minister in our country by the name of Tony Abbott. And I think a few years ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, someone delivered a book to his, I don't even know what you call it, I guess his office in his constituency. And the book was, you know, I believe left at the front door. And you open the book and the entire, like, all of the sheets had been cut out, only to leave like a sort of a hollow concave area. And inside that was what I believe to be human feces. Which, you know, obviously for him to discover. Likely one of his staffers. But pretty gross, I mean, but it's funny, like, a book with shit in it. He was not a popular man, that Tony Abbott. Anyway. And for good reason, I mean, the guy... Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. It's not even politics, because everyone will attest to the fact that he is not a man of any considerable character. But he's still, you know, I don't want to get into the subject, but he's a dick. And I'm apolitical, like, I'm not a politically minded person. But he's a dick. So, there you go. He was, anyway. But I would imagine that he is beyond reform. Awoo, says the wolf. We meet again. This next is the greatest of the hidden skills I have taught you to this point. I thought that's how they all were. And it may test the limits of your endurance. I do wish to master it. I can't imagine it being that exacting a process to learn this skill. I think you're being a little dramatic. I must test you to ensure you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the backslice. Now then, come at me. As you command. Stop with the fucking spin attacks. I swear to you, I'm making no input on my controller that would force Link to undertake the process of doing a spin attack. But that's what he's doing. Excellent. It appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well, my fourth hidden skill is the Helm Splitter. Let it be hewn into your mind. Technically, it is a bit involved. I have to basically throw myself in the air and spin around. It is impossible to circle around and perform a backslice against fully armoured enemies that move swiftly in combat. Against such foes, you must first use a shield attack to make them flinch, then quickly press A. Can I use that same logic in real life? So if I hit them with a shield, can I press A? Because you're explaining me how to do it. Right? So I must also be able to press A. Like, I've never tried it, and I don't think I've ever pressed A in real life. But I suppose if I do, then I'll be able to perform this lost art. If you leap into the air over the enemy's head and greet them with your blade by immediately striking the... Oh, I think I phrased that wrong. In fact, I know I did. That's just fucking downright unnecessary. Link's playing it cool, but he just dumped ass. He's like, fuck, I thought you were going to cut my head off. This is the Helm Splitter. Show it to me. Like, okay, I suppose I'm going to lose my head if I don't. Yeah, shield attack and then Helm Splitter. There you go. And then, okay, I hit you again. Impressive. Do not miss your chance to land. You see how he phrases things? Do not miss your chance. He's not like, oh, don't miss your chance, or you should take your chance to land a Helm Splitter with A after your shield attack. No, he's just like, do not miss it. Okay, man. I'll do my best. He says, or at least thinks while shivering in fear, that he's going to have his head cut off if he does not perform to the standard that this skeletal creature has set. There are still 3 hidden skills for you to learn. Excuse me. Do not neglect your daily sword training between now... That's daily sword training. I mean, what are you talking about? I'm not engaging in daily sword training. I'm engaging in fighting for my life. That's what I'm doing. It's technically training. But can you call it training when you're putting it into practice? Training is precisely when you're practicing for when you need to use the skill. But if you're using the skill and therefore building your ability to perform it well in so doing, that's not training, that's just experience in what you're doing. That's how it works. So I don't need daily sword training. I don't need it. I'm always fighting for my life. That is the nature of my mission. That is the nature of my life. As Link, the hero of whatever he's the hero of. The hero of Twilight, I guess. And, yeah. So that's what's going on. Hello, Goron Man. How are things? Hey! You are that human, yes. The other Gorons told me about you, brother. I suppose I do have a pretty distinguishable appearance. Just take a look at these rocks. Amazing. Was there a landslide or something? What are you doing here anyway, brother? Are you trying to pass through here? If I drank some hot spring water, it might give me the strength to break through a big rock fall like this. This is the same as a guy... Excuse me. This is the same as a guy saying, oh... I can't go to work until I have my morning coffee. You know, it's a load of bullshit. You'll be fine. Hey brother, if you find some hot spring water, you should come see me again. Those fucking bastards. Can you believe there are people in this world who sit there and are like, oh, I need my morning coffee. Oh my fucking god. how thoroughly asinine. Really, it's pathetic. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Caffeine dependency. Oh. Now, I don't mean to be offensive. I understand maybe some of you might be reliant on caffeine. Now, there are some people who aren't. I think last time I brought it up, Vernon said, oh, well, I needed caffeine because I only got 3 hours of sleep while working 14-hour shifts. I mean, that's okay. I mean, fuck, if you're working in a sweatshop, then fair enough. But if you're not working in a fucking sweatshop, like Vernon seemingly was, oh, sorry, he wasn't working in a sweatshop, he was just working in the US. But aside from that, you shouldn't have a fucking caffeine dependency. I mean, really, get a grip. But the point is that, yeah, don't be that guy who is going to be this bundle of attitude because he hasn't had his morning coffee. It really is embarrassing. Anyway. Telma's Bar. That's where I am. Oh my. If it isn't Link. Thank you for... I mean, really, do I need these tits on display? You're like 50, or maybe 40, but still, you're older than me. Maybe Link's into cougars, but you're taken. Or maybe you're just so easy that it's fine to be so flirtatious with me in spite of the fact that you've probably been boned several times over by, what's his name again? The guy from Kakariko, I've forgotten his name. Whatever his name is, you know who he is. You made it. How have you been, honey? Mercy, but you have good timing. I was just talking about you. Hey everyone, introduce yourselves. This handsome young man is the infamous Link. Yeah, that guy. You remember what I told you before, honey? These are those friends I mentioned. The ones who are trying to help Hyrule. Why do I read help and then go down to Hyrule? What the fuck is the deal with that? To help deal with all the troubles in Hyrule. Actually, there is one more of us. But there's been a disturbing turn of events in the Western Desert, so he's gone to check it out. He's an older man named Oru. If you happen to meet him, definitely take the time to talk with him, okay, honey? And also, while you're there, take some time to make fun of him for the fact that he sounds very similar to another character in the Zelda series, who literally has the same name but with an R in front of it. Well, you've come all the way here, honey, so why don't you relax a bit? You don't need to be so... Sometimes I read shit that is not even on the screen and I don't understand why. Why don't you be social, or rather sociable, and talk to these folks? They're a jolly bunch. Okay. Hey, that girl in the corner. Hey, you stop talking to me. I want to talk to that girl in the corner. She looks like she needs someone to talk to. Like, right now, I'm going to get her a drink. Oh, hello there. You must be Link, correct? I'm Shad. Wonderful to meet you. Telma told me all you've been up to. All I've been up to. As I understand it, I have not actually shared with her every detail of what I've done in my life up until this point, what I'm currently doing. So she could not have told you all of what I'm up to. I don't think she knows that I've been in the Lakebed Temple and that I've, you know, drawn the legendary Master Sword and that I have the ability to transform back and forth between a human and wolf form. I don't think she knows any of that shit, so she hasn't told you all of what I've been up to. I would choose my words more carefully, man with circular glasses. You're rather formidable. I'm rather not, I'm afraid. Well, I'm formidable at book reading, but I lack, shall we say, physical skills, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That said, if the history and legends of Hyrule are your cup of tea, I'm your fellow. If you're curious, just ask away. Hello, hello. I don't really have the hots for this girl. She's just, you know, she's probably about 70% of the way to being that, but no, she falls short of that for reasons that are quite clearly on display. It's Ashe. I grew up in the mountains with my father, who was a knight in his own right. That rhymes. He taught me the arts of war as though I was his son. Of course, lessons in common courtesy were not part of the regimen, so forgive me if I come off as rude, yeah? Listen, before I blab both your ears off, I want to tell you something. Snow Peak, the mountain to the north of Hyrule, it's unlike any mountain I've ever known. I don't know much yet, but things happen there that happen on no other mountain I know of. Evil controls it. As soon as I know something more, I'll tell you. Until then, you should stay away, yeah. Will do, yeah, stick your ass out in front of me. Fucking back it up, woman. Anyway, sorry, I should be slightly less crass and distasteful. It is what it looked like, though, given the timing. Alright. There is apparently part of Hyrule Castle Town that I have yet to visit. And I will go there right now. I know what it is, and I know what's there, but you might not. So I will go there now. And by now, I mean now. Castletown West Road. Hello. If you're not old enough to drink, I don't care, I'm going to take you with me. I need to get myself under control. The young man emceeing is so handsome. I can't wait to hear his lovely voice. I wish someone would go in soon. Okay. Can I talk to a different person? Is it? Oh, I see. So regardless of who I talk to, I'm going to hear the same thing. Which in some cases is fairly accurate when it comes to speaking to young girls. They're all... No, that's probably unfair. Alright. Now this is creepy. There's nothing exciting about this. This is fucking frightening. This is nightmare fuel. This man standing shrouded in darkness with his eyes lit. That's fucking freaky. Stop. Stop it? Okay. The sooner you do that, the sooner I'm going to stop letting loose every physical object that is currently situated in my intestines, okay? Greetings and salutations, good sir. Welcome to the kingdom of hopes and fondest dreams. In this place you can taste the life of a circus star and get your hands on gear that boggles minds. It is our earnest hope that you find delight playing the star game. The rules are exceedingly simple. Oh, great. So, all you must endeavour to do... They literally have to add so. I mean, really. Track down all the glowing orbs and collect them all before time runs out. Rather outstanding name, I must say. Step right up, shyness be gone. It's only 10 rupees. Well, if it's only 10 rupees, I may as well, huh? I'm definitely not going to be able to get a good score first try, although I'll see what I can do. That's fucking pathetic. That was a truly pathetic attempt. You can get a much better score with this when you do it another time. Let's phrase this slightly less retardedly. If you do it with a double claw shot, you can get a much better score. There you go. That's fucking better, isn't it? Just fucking speak English and you'll find. Well, I got all of them. You fucking shithead. I got all of them. I literally witnessed. Maybe I didn't get all of them, but anyway. I got a lot of them while the game was ending, okay? And I think that was all of them. I might have left one. But apparently these girls have a thing for that freak in the green outfit. And I don't mean me. And by me, I mean Link. Because apparently I'm self-inserting as a man who wears a funny green outfit. Alright. With that, I would like to go and get 2 more heart pieces. I believe one of them can be acquired, well, at least one heart piece can be acquired from that game that I was playing before, but I have no intention of continuing to play that, so I will not do so. Let's go and check some heart piece locations on Zelda Dungeon. Pieces of heart. There is actually one that I can think of right now, so I'll go and get it, because I want to be a big boy and work these things out for myself. Don't transform into a wolf. I mean, I want to ultimately transform into one, but I don't want to only do that. I want to warp. In so doing. Well, fine. That'll do. This will be faster than going to one of the Farron Woods warp points. And I will actually stay in wolf form here, because Wolf Link can move pretty quickly. That's the point. He moves faster than regular Link. That's... You know, sometimes, I don't know if you know the sound of a GameCube disc. You know when you first turn on a GameCube with a disc in? It makes this sound as if it's being sucked. It's like this sucking sound. It's like this... Why did I even attempt to imitate that? The point is that there's this sound that it makes, and it just made that sound. It makes me wonder, like, what the fuck's going on with the disc? There's a Poe over here, and I'm gonna kill it. If it doesn't mind. It's not really in a position to make a decision about whether or not it's going to happen. You motherfucker. I was completely interrupted, but I still got the Poe soul, which was nice. Apparently that can happen. I've never seen that, but it's always nice to see that that is possible. Alright, so what I was thinking of, I think, is around here. I think, yeah, it must be on... maybe it's not even in this area. There's a thing that I can hookshot to and get a piece of heart, but it seems that it's not actually in this area. It would be faster for me to warp at this point, and that is what I will do. Doing it right now. Okay. Grrr, says Link. Alright, if I go over here, I should reach the point that I'm intending to reach. Now, there are two things that I can hookshot to in this game. In this area, rather. Literally two things you can hookshot to. Aha, that's what it is. Okay, so we can't hookshot to that and actually reach a heart piece. But there is a piece of heart that can be acquired with a hookshot from this position. You need the double claw shot in order to go over there and get a heart piece. But a regular claw shot will get this. Just like that. It was nice to be staring inside the body of Link for a while there. I'm greatly appreciative of that. Alright, let's now have a look at the list of heart pieces that I can acquire. You can... Oh, there's actually one in a tree. Okay. In the portion of Hyrule Field just north of Farron Woods, go straight forward from Farron Province and you'll come to a rise with two Bubbling warriors. After defeating them, look to the tree in the north before the bridge and you'll find a piece of heart and its branches. Can you not? I'm going to ask you to desist. I had no intention of doing that, clearly. Anyway, so it turned out that there was actually a heart piece in that area. So I'll go and grab that. And I think there's also one over here, come to think of it. Let's go and get this as well. I may as well get both. The coloration of this rock is actually different to what I'm used to, but I would imagine that this does not require the ball and chain. It does not. Now there should be a heart piece in here too. There's lots of heart pieces in this game, because obviously you require 5 to get a full heart container, which results in more heart pieces than you would imagine. Well, more heart pieces than you would expect if you weren't aware that you required 5 in the game. Let's keep this out, shall we? So that you guys can see what's going on. Especially. Now, there are a few things to get in this particular cave system. I'm going to keep to the right for now. We do have a map that's being drawn for us as we continue on. So in other words, we're not going to have to worry about being lost or getting lost. Crying creature. Actually a reasonably extensive cave system as I recall. But we'll get the piece of heart eventually. It's a bit of a process actually. It's harder to get this one than the other one that I was actually going to get. But whatever. I should have enough oil to get through here. But we don't want to dither. Because we don't have infinite oil. There is a Poe in here, which is nice. There we go. Oh, I'd better turn into a human. Let's do that. Very good. Oh, what the fuck are you sliding on? I was trying to look at this mushroom log. I've now seen the mushroom log and I am content. Had I not been given the opportunity to see the mushroom log, I probably would have been a bit upset. You can actually fight rather cleanly, spider creature. I don't know if this is the heart piece, but... It might be, and it might not be. We're going to find out. It is the heart piece. There you go. There's another heart container. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 or 10? That's 9 heart containers. Well, I believe it's 10 to a row. See, I always, whenever I am unclear about the number of heart containers that I want to get in a run, for example, or if I'm unclear about the number of heart containers in general, it's because sometimes I think there's 12 to a row, rather than 10, but I'm pretty sure it's 10. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Whether it's 10 or a dozen. Actually, I have nothing to say on that matter. Apparently, keeping to the right was literally what I was supposed to do, and I didn't realize that that was the case. It was just good instincts, I suppose. Or sheer dumb luck. So, I'm going to stay as Wolf Link here. Yeah, stay as Human Link here. I said Wolf Link because I was imagining in my head I'm not going to turn into Wolf Link, but I mentioned Wolf Link, even though I was trying to say the opposite, which is that I'm not playing with Wolf Link. We are killing these bulblins. Is it bulblin? Bulbin? I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, the point of the matter is they're dying much more easily with the Master Sword in hand. In fact, we haven't really used the Master Sword all that much, have we? We only just got the thing, so here it is. It's pretty strong. So we're going to work out... Actually, I think I know the tree. Come to think of it. I should be able to work it out. One of these trees has a heart piece in its branches, and we're going to find it. I'm confident that I can manage at least that much. And once we acquire it, we'll make our way to the Arbiter's grounds. I'm only here to get it, because I know that it's here, and I'm close by. My intention wasn't to pick up any heart... This is fucking stupid, maybe I can't even get up there. I suppose that's possible, isn't it? Looks like it's about to rain. Well, okay, maybe I need to be directed to it after all. But anyway, it wasn't my intention to get more heart pieces than what was needed to pick up a heart container. Oh, that's a red bulblin, so he takes a few more hits, I suppose. Okay, so from Farron Woods... Arise with 2 bulblin warriors. So I suppose an incline. Or something. Before the bridge. Maybe it's in this tree. There it is, I can see it. We can use either the Gale Boomerang or the Claw Shot. Both work just fine. It's a great shot to see inside his body like that. I mean, it's absolutely fucking seamless. Alright. So where we want to go now, I believe, is to Lake Highland. We will find Oru, speak to him, and then we need to speak to the cannon guy, because we need to be shot into the desert. Which is lovely. And I do love the desert theme, the Gerudo desert theme. Now the Gerudo Valley theme of Ocarina of Time is something special. But I think I like this one even more. Of course, Zelda music in general. Just amazing. It's a Japanese video game series. What would you expect? They care about things like that. See the pillars in the distance over there? That's actually our destination. That's where the Mirror of Twilight is. Now I do actually prefer to go to the desert during the day, but that's fine. The music I think is the same regardless of time of day. Certain themes do change depending on time of day, but not in this case, I don't think. So at the top of this ladder, there will be the man that we are looking to find. I thought it was about time for you to arrive. He doesn't even need to fucking confirm who it is. He just knows. He's got this intuition that is unparalleled. Master Link, is it? And if it wasn't, you'd be pretty fucking embarrassed, I would imagine. He's got these black beady eyes. He's honestly a demonic creature. Do you know Telma? Or rather, you do know Telma, don't you? I'm Oro. I'm part of the group that Telma kindly allows to meet at her bar. I've heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you being a courageous youth, you have likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Or am I mistaken? You do know, don't you, Master Link? I don't know shit. The Gerudo Desert once held a prison built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. This desert at World's End, it still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones don't know the evil currently these old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to the wicked place, or to this wicked place. I have come to learn the truth. Master Link, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes, he says, in a rather emotive way. Ah, is that so? Then let good old Oru help you out. You see Lake Hylia below us? A man named Fire runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him this. Yeah, I got his memo. See, long ago I saved this man Fire's life, and now he cannot refuse me if I ask a favour. If you leave the rest up to Fire, all should go well. I'm gonna drop. I don't have time to fucking climb down the ladder, you've got to be joking. I'm a man with a mission. Or a young boy with a mission, I don't know. I'm just gonna make sure nothing's happened in the chat. Nope. Didn't have the chat open for a while, but yeah, nothing's happened. It's alright. I can entertain myself. If I couldn't, then this series wouldn't exist. But anyway. Let's go and climb on up. And speak to Fire. Transvestite with the potbelly, number 1. I say number 1 because he's the one that we usually meet first. Can you stop? Seriously. Alright. What's going on with you? Hey, you're back. So, fella, I guess you like the ride, huh? Not a bad bit of fantastication. I have no interest in paying for this ride. Check this out. It's directly in front of his face, but he can read it without difficulty. It's even spinning around and he can read it without difficulty. No problem at all. Well, I guess I ought to do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? So here you go. One of our secret options not available to the general public. This time's all paid for. So what do you say? You want to go? Yes. Alrighty then, but remember, next time you gotta pay. Sweet sailing, buddy of mine. One for Oasis, fire in the hole. I'd hope that he isn't out of practice with aiming in that direction. which he probably is. But I guess he's a professional. Watching him huffing and puffing is really distasteful. Anyway, Link rightly is screaming as he is shot out of a cannon. It's daytime. That's how I like it. I think in all previous cutscenes, it's been nighttime. So when I say previous, I mean last recordings that I've done of this game, it's all been at nighttime. So I'm happy to be able to demonstrate it during the day. Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the fused shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the Sacred Realm? They were banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. Funny timing for a story like this, but sure. It was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, flitting in the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Highland. This is the history of the Twilight as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you now understand what I am? No. I am a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm, she screams angrily. Well, you don't need to get all upset. It was your choice to tell me this story. If it has gone and activated you, then it really is your fault. It was a peaceful place until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm and transformed all the Twilight into shadow beasts. That guy's got a really fancy head. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power, previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there and could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness. Get it? Link? Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? Well, now that you've touched my face like that, I'll be coming all the way, my dear. And she goes and dives under my skirt. That's where you belong. Anyway, let's make our way to the Arbiter's grounds. Link doesn't wear a skirt, don't worry about it. Anyway, it's a bit bright on that screen. On what you can see, it's a bit bright, so I'm actually going to lower the brightness, if you can forgive me. Which you can, because you'll actually appreciate it. That'll do. That's a bit more reasonable, would you not agree? Alright. I'll go back to neutral when it's not in such a bright location. But yeah, the fucking bloom is just off the charts. Can you go away? Oh, come to think of it. I should really... You know what I can do? I'm sure there will be a warp point that appears as I make my way to the... In fact, there will be. There will be a warp point that appears on my way to the Arbiter's grounds, so I don't have to worry about not being able to just casually come back and forth. I do have warping capabilities now, so that'll be fine. My concern is that I have too many rupees to be starting the dungeon. I'll be picking up a lot of rupees in the dungeon, so yeah, I don't know exactly how many. Let's say, you know, 200 rupees would be safe to allow one to pick up in a dungeon. In other words, allow for that much space. And that is what we will do. I'm going to dump some rupees into Marlow Mart. They need like 999 or something, maybe 1,000. No, they need 1,000. And they will receive 1,000 eventually. Just not quite yet. They need to open a fucking... Oh, they're fixing the bridge, and then they need to open a shop. It's ridiculous. The amount of money that Marlow Mart ask for is honestly daylight robbery. Although it's donations, you can't call it robbery if they're asking for donations. But, you know, if you want to do 100% in the game, you're basically being forced to give them all this money. It's quite frankly unnecessary. But anyway. There's another small chest here. For fuck's sake, man. Just open it. Don't need all the song and dance. Or you can get some arrows instead of rupees, that's fine. Certainly in violation of my expectations, but that's fine too. In fact, life is better that way. Unless it's a positive expectation. And it turns out to be something bad. Alright, it's becoming darker and darker. So annoyingly, I'm going to have to go and shift the lighting again of my recording. I'll do it now. All the things I must do. So that's now at neutral, that is unchanged. Which is actually quite nice at this. Don't do that. Oh, hello, golden bug. It's quite a pleasant surprise. Pick it up. Pick it up. Okay, just do it. That's actually great. Do that. Stay right where you are, you fucking golden creature. I'm trying to press... Thank you. You caught a male dayfly. Great. Alright. No, that's female, you dickhead. That's literally the female signature or sign. I apparently don't know my male from female fucking signs. Anyway. That's alright. Doom Link being ignorant for a change. Come on. So in the case of this one, we need to wait for it to align with this platform. The reason why I'm coming here is so that we can get this warp point. Tis why I'm here. To play it safe, and my concern is network instability at around this time of the evening. Oh my god, look at the slowdown, holy shit, can you believe it? At this time in the evening I do get a little bit of network instability, so I'm going to play it safe. And I'm actually going to finish the recording after depositing rupees at Marlow Mart. That's what we're going to do. So I apologise if that is in any way disagreeable to those of you watching, but that's the way it has to be done. To ensure that you don't have an abrupt ending and all of that business. No abrupt endings today. Gives me some time to warm up before getting into the dungeon anyway. It's probably nicer to start a recording without being right at the start of a dungeon. Oh, come on. Don't give me this crap. Do that, fangirl. Alright. I don't remember who this meditating Goron is, but he's... Okay, good on you. He screams in my face and then says, "Long, long ago I predicted that you would come, my brother. But tell me, did you not see my young one in trouble in Castletown? No. He's been stuck standing there, for he cannot get any hot spring water." I really couldn't give a shit. I mean, I'm sorry to hear of your grievances, but seriously, I've got another old creepy goron to satisfy. I have heard from a reliable source that shops in Hyrule Castle Town are gouging prices, crushing folks under the thumb of commerce. Well, fear not, brother. That's not my name.
That's not my name.
Anyway, Famalo Mart has proposed a townspeople relief plan as an answer to the lamentations of the common man. Phase 1. Repair the broken bridge. Yeah. Don't have time for this. Okay. I'm gonna give you 500 rupees. Can you handle that? He's gonna swing his head in the air. Oh, never mind. We have only 500 rupees left to raise before we reach our goal for the bridge repair fund. Thank you for your support, brother. I'm just gonna watch my rupee counter get lower and lower. Okay. So with that, I think we are going to conclude. And by the way, I meant to mention this, and forgot to, but I've actually fixed the system date of my GameCube. Before doing this recording, I went and changed that. So this next date should be the correct one. Let's have a look. 1st of October? 1st of October, 2021. You Americans are going to say, no, that's the 10th of January. No, it's not. Actually, no. That's the American positioning. Did I confuse myself? Should be the 1st of October. That's looking like the 10th of January. Whatever. Maybe I misunderstood the way in which... That doesn't sound right. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter all that much. I'll fix it again if necessary, but I don't know. No, Americans would look at that and say that's the 10th of October. I would look at that and say that's the... No, the 1st of October. I would say that's the 10th of January. Anyway, I'm confusing myself. The point of the matter is, you guys need to get a grip. It goes from the day to the month to the year, not the month to the day to the year, because that's not essential or a sensible sequence of time. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. The date is at least better than it was, but still seemingly inaccurate, and I'll have to make some change. Anyway, I will see you all next time I'm recording Zelda, or anything else that I'm doing. I will be doing some recordings tomorrow. Possibly 2. I might do the Minish Cap, followed a few hours later by Monster Hunter. We'll see how things go. Depends on my mood in the morning. If I'm feeling like doing the Minish Cap when I wake up, I will indeed do that. Otherwise, I'll just do a recording of Monster Hunter a bit later on in the day, once I've picked up some of that lovely beer that I was talking about. But in the meantime, I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time, and I'll bid you all farewell. Bye-bye for now.